Welcome and Tuesday night, November 22nd, 2022. And we are awaiting the unveiling of the fourth college football playoff rankings. They will be announced live on this very stream tonight. All right, the introduction is underway. So we got a little bit of time to chat. While we're waiting, let's take a look at what else is happening across the world of sports on this Tuesday night while we wait for these CFP rankings. Pulling up my Sports Alerts app now. Here it is. Okay. And we only have 4 games in the NBA tonight. The Nets and Sixers from Philly tips off at 7:30 Eastern time. Then a half hour after that in Memphis, the Grizzlies will host the Kings. At 9 p.m. Eastern, it's the Pistons and the Nuggets. And at 10 o'clock, the Phoenix Suns will play host to the LA Lakers. Light night in the NHL as well, just 2 games on the schedule. The Sabres will face off with the Canadiens in Montreal in mere moments, while the Rangers continue their West Coast trip in LA against the Kings. That's coming up at 10:30 Eastern time. Okay, looking at men's college basketball. We're going to look at the top 25 scores only. There is a game in progress. Number 13, Auburn leads Bradley 45-32 at the half. The current point spread in that game is Auburn at -12. 2 more games set to get underway within the top 25. Number 10, Creighton, and number 9, Arkansas at 8 Eastern. And then number 17, San Diego State, and number 14, Arizona, also in Hawaii. That's at 10:30 Eastern time. And we have one final on the board, and that's number 21, Texas Tech, taking it to Louisville, 70-38. Kevin Obanor led Texas Tech with 15 points, shot 6 of 9 from the field, 3 for 3 from the foul line. Daniel Batcho had 12 rebounds and 3 blocks. Lamar Washington, 4 assists, 5 turnovers for the Red Raiders. Jalen Withers, 7 points and 5 rebounds for Louisville, 3 of 7 shooting from the field. L. Ellis had 3 assists and 3 turnovers. And we'll take a look at the World Cup if it's here we go, 2022 World Cup. Nice. Now we got the 2022 World Cup. There were 4 matches today, and they're all final. Of course, the big one was the upset pulled by Saudi Arabia, ranked 51st in the world, taking down the mighty Argentinians 2-1. Denmark and Tunisia finished in a 0-0 draw, as did Mexico and Poland. And France defeated Australia 4-1. So that's your update. So that's your World Cup update for tonight. All right. The Grey Cup was decided last weekend. The Toronto Argonauts defeated the Winnipeg Blue Bombers by a final score of 24-23. And that's the updated scoreboard for this Tuesday night, as we're still awaiting the release of the new college football playoff rankings. Oh, there was a news story that I read on ESPN.com earlier. The NCAA has named 4 additional Final Four cities for the 2027 through 2030 tournaments, and one of those cities is a newcomer. That newcomer happened to be Las Vegas. They will host the men's Final Four and national championship game at Allegiant Stadium 2028. As for the others, Ford Field in Detroit in 2027. Here we go. Top 25. Louisville, Cincinnati, Texas, UCF, and Oregon State. That's 25 through 21. Again, that's Louisville, Cincinnati, Texas, UCF, and Oregon State. Those are your first 5. That's according to this, UCF fell 2 spots. Oregon State gained 2 spots. Texas and Louisville are new. And Cincinnati gained a spot. All right. So yeah, it's Louisville 25, Cincinnati 24, Texas 23, UCF 22, and Oregon State at number 21. And they'll be unveiling 16 through 20 here in just a second. Any day now, ESPN. Come on. All right, here's 16 through 20. Ole Miss is at number 20. They fell 6 spots. Tulane moves up 2 spots to number 19. UCLA fell 2 spots to 18. North Carolina fell 4 spots to 17, while Florida State gained 3 spots to number 16. So to recap, 16 through 20, it's Ole Miss at number 20, Tulane at 19, UCLA at 18, North Carolina at 7, and Florida State at 16. Next up will be spots 11 through 15. While I'm waiting for them, I'll take a sip of my coffee. Okay. That should just about do it there. All right, here's teams 11 through 15. Notre Dame is up 3 spots to number 15. Utah falls 4 spots to number 14. Then you got Washington moving up 4 to number 13. Kansas State is up 3 to number 12, while Penn State stays in the same spot they were in last week at number 11. So to recap, 11 through 15, you got Notre Dame at 15, Utah 14, Washington 13, Kansas State 12, and Penn State at number 11. So all that's left is the top 10. They'll unveil spots 7 through 10 first. Then they'll go to the top 6. So in a second, they'll unveil 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, they're still analyzing 11 through 15 before they unveil 7 through 10. And then after that, the top 6. So again, 15 through 11 is Notre Dame, Utah, Washington, Kansas State, and Penn State, 15 to 11. My television's on mute because I don't want to get a copyright strike from YouTube. Okay, and they'll unveil the top 10 one at a time. Number 10, down 5 spots, is Tennessee. And that's after that blowout loss at South Carolina. So yeah, Tennessee was number 1 in the first CFP rankings of 2022. They have dropped down to number 10 this week. All right, we're awaiting number 9. And I can tell you now that at number 9, up 3 spots from last week, are the Oregon Ducks. All right, the Oregon Ducks have found themselves back into the top 10. They were a top 10 team in the preseason AP poll, if you remembered that. So again, Tennessee is down 5 spots to number 10. Oregon is up 3 spots to number 9. Now we're awaiting the number 8 team. I assumed that Tennessee was going to drop out of that top 6 after that ugly loss to South Carolina. I knew they were going to fall. I kind of expected them to fall further, but I'll leave that for a second. At number 8, up 1 spot, are the Clemson Tigers. They have 10 wins. And they have an outside shot of making the college football playoff, sitting at number 8, despite having just the 1 loss on the season. So again, it's Tennessee at number 10, Oregon at number 9, and Clemson at number 8. All right, there's some news. Cristiano Ronaldo is parting ways with Manchester United. That's a huge story out of the Premier League over in the UK. And then at number 7, we're awaiting number 7. All right, they can come on with it anytime now. Okay, number 7, also up 1 spot from last week, the Alabama Crimson Tide. So to recap 7 through 10, going from bottom to top, number 10 is Tennessee, down 5 spots. Oregon is number 9, up 3 spots. Clemson's number 8, up 1 spot. And Alabama is number 7, up 1 spot. And the top 6 will be coming here real soon. And again, I'm watching ESPN's live coverage of the unveiling of the college football playoff standings. They have done 7 through 25. They have yet to release the top 6. You assume that the top 4 teams will remain the same. Georgia at number 1, Ohio State at number 2, Michigan at number 3, and TCU at number 4. So that pretty much leaves USC and LSU fighting for numbers 5 and 6. Okay, I can tell you that number 13 Auburn is leading Bradley 49-32. They're just underway in the second half. That's part of the Maui Invitational. And later tonight on ESPN is 17th ranked San Diego State at 14th ranked Arizona. That's at 10:30 Eastern Time, also from Maui. The Wildcats are favored by 2 points, and the over-under is 166. All right. Texas Tech defeated Louisville 70-38. I told you about that. They went on a 25-2 run spanning the first and second halves. The Cardinals scored their fewest points in a game since 1981 and start 0-5 for the first time since 1940-1941. All right. Now they're about to unveil the top 6 in this week's college football playoff rankings. The Georgia Bulldogs retain the top spot. That's no surprise there. Georgia had a very tough game this past week against Kentucky, winning 16-6. Ohio State stays at number 2. They too had a pretty tough game against Maryland, but they pulled it out at the end. So, Georgia and Ohio State stay in the same spots at 1 and 2, as does Michigan at number 3. So that sets up the Wolverines and Buckeyes from Columbus on Saturday afternoon. Winner takes the Big Ten East. TCU stays at number 4. And now we're about to answer the age-old question, who's number 5? Is it USC or is it LSU? Again, your top 4 is Georgia, number 1, Ohio State, number 2, Michigan, number 3, and TCU, number 4. So that's the same top 4 in the same order as last week. LSU moves up a spot to number 5, despite having 2 losses, and that puts 10-1 USC at number 6, also moving up a spot. So your top 6 is Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, TCU, LSU, and USC. And a while, I'll update. We'll run down the entire top 25. As I said, number 1, Georgia. Number 2 is Ohio State. Number 3 is Michigan. Number 4 is TCU. Number 5 is LSU. Plus, ESPN just announced that College Game Day will be in Columbus on Saturday, obviously enough. So that's the top 5. All right, 6 through 10, USC at number 6, Alabama number 7, Clemson number 8, Oregon number 9, and Tennessee number 10. So that's the second round of 5 teams. Here's the third round of 15, or third round of 5. Number 11 is Penn State. Number 12 is Kansas State. 13 is Washington, 14 is Utah, and 15 is Notre Dame. And we're waiting on the next set of 5 teams, 16 through 20. Here they are. Florida State 16, North Carolina 17, UCLA 18, Tulane 19, and Ole Miss 20. And then the final 5 teams in this week's college football playoff rankings. And then we'll wrap this up here. Here they are. Oregon State at 21, UCF 22, Texas new at number 23, Cincinnati 24, and Louisville new at number 25. So that's a look at the 4th installment of the college football playoff rankings. Once again, the top 4 are still the same, with Georgia at number 1, Ohio State 2, Michigan 3, and TCU 4. LSU's at number 5, and USC rounds out the top 6. Okay, thanks for joining me for this unveiling of the college football playoff rankings. I will be back later tonight with the Week 13 schedule and the broadcast teams for each game. And it's going to be a busy weekend as you have a lot of games across Friday and Saturday. And I think you have one game on Thanksgiving Day as well. I mean, there's a couple games on tonight. I'll run you through the entire schedule at about 12 midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific, probably a little bit after that. So join me for that tonight. In the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. Get notified every time I go live. This is Big Al signing off. Thanks for watching and happy. Thanks for watching and enjoy the pigskin. I know what I'm trying to say. Sorry about that. Anyway, Big Al out of here. Peace out.